took a little break to see if my neck got better. So, probably just play for about an hour or so and gotta get ready for work. It's work again, unfortunately. It's that time again. Hopefully it doesn't mess up like before. Okay, let's try this again. I want to get those new costumes because there's like so many new outfits in this mode. Like, holy crap, I saw the outfits. I was like, dude, there's some sick outfits in this game. Let's farm some money, get some costumes.
I hope you're not as weak as you are ugly. Ooh, what a bore. Ha! 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 Hi-ya! Ha! 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 Blood red is definitely your color. Now, let's liven up your look. Hit! Huh! Ha! Huh!
Isn't even a secret.
Ha!
Such.
Huh! Ha! Ha! Made you look. Ha! Hit! Ow! Don't pick on me! Huh! Hi-ya! Huh? Huh! Huh! Hi-ya! Ha! Ha! Hi-ya! Ha! Ha! Mm. Ha! Hi-ya! Let's play. I'll take that.
What's up, Doom Guy? How you doing, man? Good. I haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to?
I won! I won! Hit!
Not sure. Can you hear me at all? Doom guy or no? Can you hear me or no? You should be able to hear me. Or can you not hear me? Yeah, you weren't saying anything, so I was assuming you couldn't hear me. How you been, dude? Yeah, I don't know why people say my mic is low. It's not really that low. People say it's low, though. How about now? Is it low now, or is it still... You still can't hear me? Is it just... I don't know if the game volume is too high, maybe? Let me look at the... Ah, shit. Hold on a second. Let me save, and then I'll adjust the game audio, so you guys don't have to be fighting over hearing me. I'll lower the game volume, because I think game volume is on max. That's probably why you can't hear me. Let me go. I'm gonna save at the front, and I'll go back and change the volume, so it doesn't feel like you can't hear me at all. Because I heard a lot of people that say they couldn't hear me at all. Like my voice was completely muted by the game. Yeah, I saw the update for Bloodstain. I was not happy with it. No. The game mixer is fine. It's the actual in-game volume. I think this game has really high volume. Yeah, trust me, the volume on my game is really, really low. Like, really low. Like, if you heard the volume, you'd be like, oh, that's low. But for some reason, it sounds really loud when you guys hear it. Is it better, or does it sound the same? Bloodstain got the randomizer mode and the... Okay, that's good. So I want to make sure you can hear me clearly. Yeah, they got the randomizer mode and the, what was it called? The Zangetsu mode. The Zangetsu mode is trash. It's so bad. Like, I played it for like an hour and I was like, I'm done. I was so done. It's not even fun. It's such a joke. You want to talk about like just overpowered as shit. It's just really, really bad. So I don't recommend playing the Zangetsu mode. It's just not fun. I wasn't having fun at all. That's how bad it was. Richter from Symphony of the Night was more interesting, though. I think that was done better. Look at all these cool costumes. Ooh, bookworm? That's hot. Ooh, that's nice. These are cool costumes. And I want all these outfits. That's cool. Ooh, that's cool. That looks nice on her. I like the new outfits, they're really nice. Game is gonna have hundreds of outfits by the time it's done. Yeah, Streets of Rage 4, I played it. I beat it a couple times, but I wasn't sold on it really hard. What's up, Santos? How you doing, man? What's going on with you?
I won.
Streets of Rage is good. I mean, I'm not saying Streets of Rage 4 is a bad game. It just, I felt like it was rushed. Like, it doesn't feel complete. It feels like there's stuff missing. I played through it, I was like, wow, there's like a lot of... It just feels like stuff was... Like, there's a lot of filler. Like, there was stuff in there I felt that could have been better executed. First of all, I hated the mobility. The mobility in Streets of Rage, in my opinion, is really bad. It feels so old school. And it's like... They took no gameplay elements from Streets of Rage 3. Which I felt was a downgrade. There's no running. There's no dodging. There's no break moves. It's like, wow, you guys took... Those are actually pretty good mechanics. You guys took all that shit out. I didn't like that. It just made the game feel slower paced. And instead of making the enemies attack you like crazy, they just make them hit you like once and then they back off. So you don't get cheesed. So it's kind of like... Well, that's what the break mechanic was for. So if an enemy's comboed you, you break the move to get them off you, but you pay life to do that. They completely got rid of that. I didn't mind that. I thought that was a good mechanic. That's what it's there for, is to stop enemies from, circling you. And then they made the enemies all Streets of Rage 3 like. Like, all the enemies attack like a Streets of Rage 3 pattern. They all, like, are really fast. They can circle you really easy, but then they give you Streets of Rage 2's tool set. So it's like, why do I feel like I'm out of date where all the enemies feel like they're more, a threat than me? The only reason why you're a threat is because of the combo system, which is awesome. I do like the combo system. What's up, Bursky? How you doing? No, it's not even... Yeah, I noticed you changed your name. I thought you stopped streaming for a bit, because I was like, where'd Village Bear goes? Oh, you changed your name. Good to see you, though, dude. Hope you're doing okay. Like I said, I got nothing against Streets of Rage. It's my favorite beat 'em up. But Streets of Rage 4 just felt like it's not finished. It felt like it needed a little bit more time in the oven. It's not perfect, it's definitely, it has issues. I hated the fact that it didn't have multi-path. Like, dude, like, why doesn't the game have multiple paths? Like Streets of Rage Remake. Like, I think beat 'em ups like that need that as a standard nowadays. It's just, it feels, it's cool when you can actually play it different ways, get different endings, fight different enemies, it feels like a different experience each time you play it. but they just went really old school, and I was like, I kind of like the new school method. That's why Streets of Rage remake is so good, because you get so many pathing options. Same thing with Fighting Rage. Fighting Rage is such a good beat 'em up because of that. Yeah, Takeover. Well, Takeover's been done for a while. Takeover's a good game. It's just the only thing I don't. Again, it has the same problem. Takeover has great mechanics. Like I think as far as movement options, it's way better than Streets of Rage 4. The only thing I don't like about the Takeover is there's no wake up options. So when enemies knock you on your ass, you kind of have to wait to get back up. It kind of slows down the game a little bit. Streets of Rage 4 has a tech recovery, which I love that shit. It just makes you get back into the action a lot quicker. It feels better. That's one thing I don't like about Takeover. And also Takeover has the same problem as Streets of Rage 4. There's not multiple paths. There's only one path. It's like, guys, like, make multiple paths. Don't make it just singular path. It just seems really, just, again, that's lazy. You know, like, you can do more than that. Like, and then have multiple endings. You get the good ending, the bad ending, or the, you know, like, that was kind of cool in Streets of Rage 2, where you can actually team up with Mr. X as an ending. You can actually become the bad guy. I thought that was kind of cool. Like, oh, okay, that's neat. There's none of that in Streets of Rage 4. It's just one ending. And I was like, oh, that's kind of lame. Yeah, I don't know sometimes. Like, I'm confused. I don't know who they're catering to. Like, I don't get where their minds are. And when we want content, we want good content. We don't want half-assed content. But, like, again, with, what game was it recently? I think Code Vein. Like, a lot of people were saying that the base game is good, but man, the DLC is shit. And that's kind of like how, Wolfenstein, the second one, the new Colossus. Base game was pretty good, but man, the DLC was garbage. DLC was a waste of time. Same thing with, like, Resident Evil 3. You had that, shitty-ass multiplayer mode. Nobody wanted that shit. And then they put it in the game. It's like, I don't want this. Stop putting this crap in here. Nobody wants this shit. Nobody cares. Like, we want a good game. We want a good, memorable game. Like, damn, that was a good game. You know, that's what we want. And it's like, to them, it's like, you know, you guys don't want that. You guys want some loot box bullshit PvP because, you know, that's where the money is. I was like, no, we don't. No, we don't. That is totally what we don't want. We just want a good, wholesome game. Even Doom Eternal is as amazing as the story campaign was. I mean, the multiplayer game wasn't bad. I mean, it's kind of like a bonus. It's not important to me, but you did get an amazing base game. Like, you got your money's worth. But now, even then, they're making post DLC for Doom Eternal, and I'm like, uh-oh. I'm thinking to myself, is this gonna make the game, is it gonna just be predatory DLC, like, you know, just really shitty DLC that nobody wanted? Is that what's gonna happen? Is it gonna just be like, yeah, I spent $30 on this garbage? That's what I'm worried about. I'd be like, maybe I should, because it obviously is a season pass. Like, oh man, these 2 DLC packs. I'm like, I just have a feeling it's gonna be something really mediocre. And I'm gonna be like, yep, this is a waste of money. Like, stick with the base game. Even if it was free. Even if it was free. To me, it's, even in the case of it's free, I still think that that doesn't make it give it an excuse to be bad. Like, they just make shit bad just because. Like I said, I don't get where their minds are sometimes with content. Like, I don't get it. Like, who designs this shit? Like, just make good content, a good game. You know, make stuff that we want to see. Make, you know, go the extra mile. Keep improving. You know, like, people want to see, you know, they want to see performance, and, you know, they want to see more, not less.
I'll take that.
Ow. It's like this game. This game's a perfect example. This game keeps getting better. They keep adding new shit. They keep improving it, and it's like every update just keeps getting better and better. It gets more amazing. It's like, that's what we want. We want, like, build on it. Like, you know what's good, and it's like, keep building on it, keep improving it, keep making the game better. That's what, you know, real fans want. But it just, they don't do that. They just do lazy jobs. Just get it out there, and then, oh, the people will buy the shit. That's why a lot of times I just don't trust AAA companies. Because I think they're just so greedy. Because they don't care about, you know, quality content. They don't care about passion. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Give me a break. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you know. Yeah, this game's pretty hard. They've really increased the difficulty in the later levels. It gets really hard.
Definitely your color. Now let's liven up your look. Next time.
Yeah, it's just I want to see improvements. I want to see more. Like, impress me, you know? But it just doesn't seem like that it's the case anymore. It's just bring out something. We don't care how good it is. Oh, it'll make money? Okay, well, we don't give a shit how good it is.
Ammo. Perfect. Pick on me. Let's play.
It just seems to be a sad thing that's happening all the time with just products, you know. There's just no love. Like, put love in, man. Like, trust me, we know, and we people know when they sense the love. That's why, you know, Final Fantasy VII Remake was so good, because there was so much love put into it. It's not perfect, but it's damn good. Same thing with, like, Trials of Mana, another product of love. You can tell where the quality is, where it's like, damn, this is a good video game. And then you play other games, you're like, yeah, this game is mediocre or trash. And that happens so often. It's really hard to trust mainstream games nowadays. Yeah, that's another thing. They set deadlines, and they don't care if it's, you know, if it's not good. They just like, hey, get it out. You know, because they're the publishers, so they have the whole say in everything. They'll look at you like, hey, if you don't like it, tough shit. You know, you better get this game out or you're fired. Yeah, the publisher has way too much control. And that's why the games suffer. Fortunately, that's what happens. Not much you can do about that, because that's who gives all the money. You know, they're the ones funding the game, so their word is law. It's like, you don't like it? Well, then go find another publisher. We don't have time for your shit. We have time to make money. That's all we have time for. They don't care about making a product that, you know, it's worth a shit. There ain't time to make a good game. Only time to make money.
Here comes the daredevil.
Well, we do get some good games that come out, you know. I can't sit there and say we've had... Recently, the games have been good, just not as strong as I'd like them to be. Like, Streets of Rage 4, I think, could have been better. In my opinion. You know, most people will disagree with me and think Streets of Rage 4 is perfect. And it's like, it's not. I mean, I did a review on it, and I gave it a 7.5. Most people probably look at you like, what? How could you give that game such a low score? And then I explain why, and then it's like, look, this is the problems with it. Like, it's not. I mean, yeah, it's worth playing, but I wouldn't play it like a million times over. I wouldn't go back to it multiple times. I just think the experience is just not that great. It's good the first time, maybe the second, and then that's about it. The music was... It's not bad music per se, but it just didn't entirely feel like Streets of Rage. Some tracks felt awkward. Some tracks you can totally tell it's Streets of Rage. And then other tracks I was like, what the hell is this? Like, it just didn't feel like Streets of Rage. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, it just didn't feel like it fit the theme of the game. Like, if you would have just let me listen to some of those tracks, I would have had no clue it was Streets of Rage. The tracks just weren't as... What the fuck are you taking no damage? Hey, stop cheating. Yeah, it just didn't feel like Streets of Rage to me. It just felt a little foreign. Again, not terrible music, just didn't feel like Streets of Rage. Again, I don't know what they were aiming for. I was a little confused. But yeah, it just didn't have a feel a need to come back, you know? If people were wondering, like, why aren't you playing Streets of Rage? Like, oh my god, you're already done with it? I put my 6 hours in, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done. I mean, that's kind of sad. Like, I really was looking forward to Streets of Rage, but it just didn't resonate with me. What is this dude? Fuck is shooting me? I hear the shot, but I don't know who the hell's shooting me. Who's shooting me? Man, there's like this invisible guy and I don't know who's hitting me. I just hear it and I don't know who's hitting me. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. Like, if there's another thing, if you look at Streets of Rage 4, and if you look at the artwork section of the game, there is a ton of shit that's not used. They have, I counted like 11 enemy models that are not in the game. The game is missing a ton of iconic enemies. It's like, okay, you don't have the boxer dude. The boxer from the ship. He's in the game as a model, but he's not in the game. Like, okay, that's iconic boss. Why is he not in there? The freaking... The sisters from Streets of Rage 3, the twins, they show their concept art. And they're not in the game. It's like, again, iconic bosses. Why are they not in the game? Basic enemies like Abede, the frickin' wrestler, is not in the game. It's like, what the fuck? The fat dudes are there. But I noticed there's a lot of like repeat enemies, but it's like they feel like filler. Like they just put them in there because they have nothing else to put in there. Like, okay, well, we'll just keep throwing you more, you know, the Garcia mobs, more of the big fat guys, Fat Ben, and we're gonna just keep repeating those monsters, I mean those guys, over and over. It just feels lazy, you know? It's like, okay, we get to see these guys a million times. It's all good and all. But it just yeah, exactly. It just feels like they just feel thrown in there. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And then that one dude, that mechanical dude with the pipes, he has like magnetic powers. That fucker keeps showing up like 4 times. Like he's a mini boss. He just keeps showing up, overstays his welcome so bad. It's like, dude, it's cool the first time, but when you just keep seeing them over and over and over again, you're like, okay, again, it just feels like, hi, I'm filler here. You know, we could totally put something else here, but we didn't do that. So you get to fight me again. It happens so much. Like, he should have just been a normal enemy at that point, you know? Not a mini boss. Because he's nothing special after the first time. You know, like, where's the gay dude from Streets of Rage 3? That he would have been cool. Where's, you know, again, why isn't the... there's actually also repeat bosses, too. The first boss, she comes in as boss, I think, 7? She's, like, it's 2 of her. I'm like, okay, we're just fighting 2 of these girls now. I'm like, again, it just feels lazy. Like, why didn't you put the boxer dude there? You know, or something, you know? It just doesn't feel right. It's lazy. I'm only really hard on it because I actually care about the franchise. It's just, I really think the guys who made Streets of Rage 4 were kind of ignorant because they didn't want to take any cues from 3. They hate 3 with a passion. Like, they completely avoided using any material from 3 because they felt 3 was a shitty game. And then people think 3 is shitty because of the mechanics. And I'm like, that's not why the game did bad. Like, that is totally not the reason. There's way other reasons why that game did so bad. I mean, seriously, do we have to mention the horrible soundtrack? Do we really need to mention that? That soundtrack was ass. Nobody liked that soundtrack. You know, the freaking controversy with the story, it made no sense because we got a bastardized version of the game. The story made no sense in America. And you listen to the Japanese one, like, oh, that makes sense. Why did we get this shitty bastardized version? Yeah, exactly. Like, why is there not, like, cool team-up moves? You know, again, thinking forward. Like, there's so much more you can build on the engine. Stop taking away. Like, they put on these nostalgia glasses. Like, I'm just what you remember fucking 20 years ago. And I don't know, to me, that's lazy. Like, build on it. Like, improve it. No game is perfect. Make it better. Like, you want to surpass the bar. Stop aiming for the bar. Like, go above the bar. Like, you want to go, damn, this game was way better than the original by a mile, and the original was damn good. That's the kind of things that you want to see. You know, we know that game back in the day was good for its time. You know, Streets of Rage 2 was amazing at its time. So ahead of its time. But when you just do the same thing in 2020, it doesn't feel as impressive. That's true. I agree. I think the problem is I think a lot of fans are purists. They don't want to see anything beyond what they know. So the purists kill their creativity because they don't want to see the game change at all. They just want it to be exactly how they remember it. nothing. You know, those people, I think, are kind of like a cancer, because they don't want evolution. They don't want more. They want less. Because God forbid, change is bad to them. Like me, like first perfect example is Guilty Gear, Strive. Like, I'm all for some of the changes. Like, the changes are nice, but they don't do it the right way. Again, the whole catering to the majority because it's too hard for them, you know? Like, get off that shit. Like, seriously, stop dick riding that crap. It's so annoying. Yeah, they do. They like. I feel like they just kind of just throw it together. Oh, does that work? I guess that's what it feels like. That's like the Q&A. That's how the Q&A of these new games feels like. Does it work? I guess. Oh well, just slap it out. Let's get it out there. And then you know, people that actually know video games play it and they go, this isn't fun, or this isn't interesting. So, but you know, I think there's like I said, there's the purists and then there's the real fans, the ones that really care. Like they're the ones, I think they're the ones that need to be making video games. Not the purists. The purists, they follow things by the book too much, like way too much by the book. They don't want to go anything beyond the book. They want to stay in that box. They don't want to go outside of it. Because outside of it involves change. They don't want change. It's like the people, like, perfect example, people that like Guilty Gear. You know, people are like, oh man, I just want Rev. I don't want anything to change. I just want exactly to be Rev. Like, because that's, you know, just don't mess with what's perfect. I'm like, it's not perfect. It's damn good. But I don't want another Rev, you know, like, I've had my full of Rev. I love Rev, I do. But even then, I'm kind of tired of it, you know? That's an interesting book. She has a little icon, that's cute. She's all mad. That's cute. Like little things like that, that's kind of cute. Oh, like little emotes on her face. Like, I'm berserk. Yeah, just little things like that, you know, just have fun with it, you know? A little touch, like, oh man, like, I love attention to small details like that. Yeah, it is. It is. There is no universal, but the thing is, perfect isn't always good either, though. Sometimes the faults can actually make the game fun. It's like games that have restraints. Like a lot of fighting games now are made to fit a mold. They basically tell everybody you need to play this way, and this is the only way you can play because we want everybody playing on a uniform level. We don't want anybody to branch outside their creative flow because that disrupts the balance. So they make everybody play the same. So once you've seen one guy do one thing, you've seen everybody do it. And it gets boring. So in a sense, like games like Marvel that are busted as shit, well, granted a little too busted for me, they're in some ways good because of that, because you can go beyond the norm. I didn't see this before. What's this? I don't see this. I'm guessing this is probably future DLC or some future update bullshit. Because it doesn't look like it's finished. So I can respect Marvel in that sense, is you can go beyond what you can break the game. You can do crazy shit because the game lets you. Which is that I can see the charm in that. So sometimes a broken game is actually more fun. Whereas a balanced game can be really boring. Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you were. Alright, costumes. Man, so many costumes. I want all these costumes, man. Ooh, that looks cute. Got so many cool costumes in this game. I need all the costumes. All of them. Yeah, balanced games do get boring. I also like that too, the accessory feature, so you can actually change if you want it down or up, so you can see her face. Looks so cute. Must have all the costumes. I need to have all of them. But yeah, I understand, Bear. I mean, there's good games out there. It's just becoming less and less, unfortunately. I mean, honestly, the last good game I played, like, that's on an amazing level, 7 was up there. Doom Eternal, definitely. I will say Doom Eternal was like, oh yeah, this is 9 territory. It improved on the original game by many levels, and I'm glad. And it didn't have predatory DLC to make the game complete. And Doom good. Yeah, Doom 2016 was good, but man, Doom Eternal was even better. Like, you go back to Doom 16 and you're like, damn, Doom Eternal really improved on the game in so many ways. The gameplay mechanics got so much better. It didn't feel so... Like, I like the fact that they made enemies have weak spots, so using the right tool for the job, instead of just picking the strongest gun. So it added a lot of depth. Like if you fight the what do you call it, cacodemons, the shotgun is king because you can shoot a grenade into their mouth, so they eat it and then they blow up. So or if you fight the what is it, the Mancubus, you have to shoot their arms off to weaken their attacks. So you use the either sticker grenades or the sniper rifle to knock their guns off. So they take more damage and they don't have as much powerful attack power against you. And then another one is the I forgot what they're called, little arachnotrons. They have a turret on the back of their on the rear that you need to use either some sort of explosive or a sniper rifle to shoot it off, so that limits their attack power, so they can only really melee you. Makes them a lot easier to deal with, otherwise they just shoot you from a long range and just annoy the shit out of you. So there's a lot of strategy. I like that. So again, it's just you observe the layout of the enemies, you see what tool you need to use for that enemy to be more effective, and you're constantly switching back using all your tools. Not just, oh, I'm only going to use one tool. Because in Doom 2016, the only reason you really need to switch weapons is because you run out of ammo. I like how they balance the chainsaw. So you get ammo less, you're more scarce on ammo, but you have more times to chainsaw. Because before, I hardly ever chainsawed. Because I have so much goddamn ammo. So I never really had a need to chainsaw. So the new one, they really balance that mechanic so it works better. And you always have a minimum of 1 pip on your chainsaw. It recovers over time. Because you don't always get a gas tank. So at least it's nice enough to go, okay, we'll let you chainsaw a weak enemy. Like an imp or a zombie. You can chainsaw them for 1. But if you want to chainsaw a big dude, like, you know, like a Cacodemon or something, you need 2 to 3 pips to get the same effect. Because it's an instant kill move, you shouldn't let them all be 1. Obviously, the bigger guys should cost more to kill. Yeah, but people, I think, don't like unbalanced because, oh, well, I can't win. I'm like, well, then learn how to play. Just learn how to play. Just play. I mean, oh God, please don't. Please don't put me through that torture of that shitty game. We don't speak of Youngblood. Fuck that game, man. Piece of shit Wolfenstein game. Such a disgrace to the franchise. Love Wolfenstein, man, but fuck the Youngblood, dude. That is not a Wolfenstein game. That is a travesty. I remember when people were watching me play it, and then, what's his name, Escaping Workforce came and watched me. He's like, holy crap, what happened to this game? He's like, man, you're mad. I was like, oh man, I was livid. I was livid playing that game. I was like, oh my God, I want to strangle somebody. Like, what idiot thought this was a good idea? Who is the stoop in charge that thought this was a good idea? It's like, please show yourself. I could smack you into next Tuesday. Oh, yeah, take care of errands? That's cool, man. No worries. Oh, by the way, look at this cool Easter egg. Little things like this make me happy. This is like, damn, that's retro, man. Who doesn't know that shit? That is retro, man. That is before my time. That is before my time. It's like, oh my God, that's so cool. That's awesome. That's an awesome nod right there. Just to know the creators, you know, just put little Easter eggs like this in the game. You're like, oh shit, I know what that is. Like, that's so cool. Yeah, they always put Easter eggs in these games. There's so many Easter eggs in this game. It's awesome. You just gotta look for them. Alright, man. Alright, Bear, take care, man. I gotta start work soon. I'm not gonna be on much longer. I gotta start working 10 minutes. Just gonna farm a little bit, then I'm gonna jump off. Tomorrow I'll play this some more. You're so cute. I don't want to shoot something so cute. They're like some of my favorite models in this game. I love those cute little girls. They're so adorable. They're so adorable and deadly. Just want to cuddle her. Okay, disappeared for some reason. Don't know why. Oh, because they went too far. Yeah, they go too far, they disappear. Do-do. Wow, I actually killed it. Oh man, he's a little too strong. She's so cute when she's holding it. He wants to hug you. She's so adorable. She's cuddling it. Cute levels are too high.
Wow, you're one tough cookie, huh?
Need to go safe. I got no health. No health is bad. Icicle launcher. It's a new gun. Turbotron, I haven't got that one. There's a lot of shit to buy. Cute. Alright, let's go back to the entrance and save. There we go. Alright, saved. Alright guys, I'm gonna log off right now. It's time for work. So unfortunately I gotta get going. Thanks for watching everybody. I'll be on tomorrow night. I got errands to run tomorrow morning, so I might be on tonight after work. We'll see. Depends how I feel. But if I'm not tired, I'll jump on after, because I work till 1:30 tonight. I only have to work 8 hours. So yeah, I'll probably get up at 1:30. I'll probably stream maybe till like 3, and then get up at 11. Go run all my errands. I'll probably be out till like 3 o'clock, and then try to jump back on around 4 or 5. So thanks for watching, everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and host Zen Sachio. He's playing Mega Man X-Zero Legends. So you guys go watch him. So see you guys later. Peace out. Take care.